can we see that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not forgiven his son, Sanwo-Olu, haven't thought that Sanwo-Olu who orchestrated the removal of Obasa, Lagos Speaker? Now, let's watch this video. Go confirm.
Over the weekend, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu inaugurated the first phase of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, a project under the Ministry of Works in collaboration with Hitech Construction Company, founded by Gilbert Chagoury. During the inauguration, Tinubu described Chagoury as his partner in daring, commending him for the successful completion of the 30-kilometer highway. Tinubu also reflected on the journey he undertook with Chagoury to tame the Atlantic while he was Lagos State Governor. Let's take a look.
To the contractors and my partner in daring, it was tough for us. Engineer Roland Chagoury. We come together to tame the Atlantic. My leaders in Lagos thought it was impossible. So many other leaders wanted us to abandon it, and federal government rejected the idea that they will take responsibility. Then I said, we will do it. Thank you, Roland. I appreciate you.
Oh, congratulations to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Ministry of Work, and of course Hitech for that successful completion. Often we hear the government, saying that they are going to inaugurate or they commission things, and it never happens, and it did happen right on time. But there were a lot of reactions that trailed this actual event over the weekend. Well, during the inauguration ceremony, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu appeared to have snubbed the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, in apparent confirmation of the speculation of a strained relationship between the president and the governor. In a video that has now gone viral, Tinubu was seen exchanging pleasantries with dignitaries who attended the ceremony. However, when Tinubu reached Sanwo-Olu, he ignored the governor and extended a handshake to Usman Ododo, the governor of Kogi State. Let's take a look. All right, we saw that video. I've been by. There's been that story. No, because you're smiling, but that there's been that speculation, regarding the whole rancor between Sanwo-Olu and Tinubu, and that, even Akpabio had to speak for the governor of Lagos. There's been that speculation since Mudashiru Obasa was, removed and reinstated, obviously. But before we discuss, let's take this story to tie it all together. Meanwhile, Senate President Akpabio, during the inauguration ceremony, advised second-term governors to be deliberate in choosing their successors, warning against handing power to unprepared loyalists. He noted that such actions often lead to betrayal. Akpabio also hailed the president as a visionary leader for the successful completion of the 30-kilometer highway, asserting that it is a testament to the fact that things are getting better. Let's take a look.
In you, Mr. President, we have a president who has both sight and vision. And this, for me, is something I must advise our governors, particularly those of them who are on their second terms. Do not give power to anybody who is not looking for power. Don't give power to anybody who is not prepared. Don't go hiding in your heart that this boy is very subservient. He's always kneeling down when he's talking to me. The wife is always rolling on the floor. I think I should make this one the governor. If you do that, you are giving power to somebody who is not prepared for governance, and they will disappoint you. That is where betrayals normally start. I'm just trying to advise. For the progressive governors, I believe that all of you are doing well because you are being led by a man who has both sight and vision. This is like 90 kilometers already done within 1 year. I have no doubt that very soon I'll drive through Akpabio down to Lagos to, singing song and saying things are getting better for Nigeria. Things are getting better. For Asiwaju is on the throne. Things are getting better. Things are getting better. Things are getting better. Mr. President, things are getting better. Hey, the things are getting better for Nigeria. For Nigeria is on the way. Progressive government. Things are getting better. Asiwaju, congratulations. I thank you all.
So there you have it. Russia, Putin will not know that. I know how it feels when you are encroached into a friendly country's territory and start buying the people and start taking their land by force. Now, in the battlefield, Russia seems to be winning. Russia has taken over nearly the whole eastern part of Ukraine. But yet, Russia keeps bombing to the extent that even the United States President Donald Trump, who has always been stylishly in support of Putin, said that Putin has gone crazy. And when Donald Trump said that, and that he is the one that is just preventing Europe and the Western world from dealing with Putin's reply is that would lead to third world war, meaning that if they decide to do him based on his aggression, Ukraine, it will lead to third world war. Now Ukraine has finished Russia. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment. I remain your boy Ernest OjyOkpe signing out.
Initially when I saw the video, I thought that perhaps the president didn't see the Lagos state governor. I thought that's what it was. And then, also when people saying that, he didn't shake his hand, the governor didn't outstretch his hand in order for it to be shaken. I don't think I saw that.
He didn't make enough of an effort.
I don't think he did so. Do you understand? But he did obviously greet the president. He did obviously greet the president. If we are to play into this narrative that there is some sort of feud between the Lagos state governor and the president, and that stems back from the Mudashiru Obasa situation, I do think that it's a bit unfair on the Lagos state governor. I think that when it comes to situations like this, a governor should be, since we're talking about how a governor should be able to, exercise his rights and powers as an actual governor. And I understand that godfatherism is a thing. I understand that when we're looking at Sanwo-Olu's actual political legacy at the helm of Lagos, he wouldn't have been able to do so were it not for the support of the now president. But I do think that in many instances, the Lagos state governor has been treated unfairly.
Yeah, absolutely. Dr. Abati, your thoughts on both?
Let me start with the Sanwo-Olu story, which people have been discussing all over the weekend. Now, Professor David Aworawo, on this day live yesterday, had a concept. He said, look, the governor may have shaken hands with the president at the airport. They may have met at other occasions. We all know that President Tinubu is the godfather of Lagos politics, and Governor Sanwo-Olu is his person. He may just have said, look, I've already greeted you so many times today. Let me attend to people who are coming to Lagos. However, the part of it that some people are uncomfortable with is that when it was time to speak, that road is in Lagos.
In Lagos, so he's the host governor.
They said, the reporters that were there, they said the president decided to call Governor Akpabio to be the one to speak in Sanwo-Olu's territory. But I assume that, it's a family affair. They will resolve it, it's a father and son kind of thing. I think the matter will be resolved, As for, one other thing, I saw a story in this morning, a group called NEFGAD. They said, why are we commissioning 30 kilometers out of 750 kilometers of the Lagos-Calabar coastal highway? They said 30 kilometers doesn't amount to much. Why don't we wait till we have the whole 750 kilometers before the Ministry of Works says that we should be commissioning? That's another side to the story. And that's the one I think should concern Nigerians. Why 30? Why not 100? Why not 500?
All right.
However, on Senator Akpabio saying no governor should impose a psychophant, people will be kneeling down, people who are not prepared for power. No. In fact, our position is that no governor should impose anybody.
It's impossible.
Anybody who wants to be governor should be chosen by the people of Nigeria.
Agreed.
People of Nigeria.
This is called democracy.
Yes.
It's about free choice. It's about the power of the people. It's not about an outgoing governor saying this is the person I want to succeed me. That's part of the problem. This anointment, entitlement, Godfather syndrome in Nigerian politics.
Well said, Dr. Abati. I did see a statement from Sanwo-Olu over the weekend praising, President Tinubu, saying that he's making meaningful progress and that he supports his administration. Well, all right, we'll follow up on this story in Lagos State and the president.